All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Ball!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. It's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3, OTB 104.5, ESPN Baton Rouge. Let's get to a little big deal and no big deal.
Ain't no big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal. And it is a big deal.
Big deal or no big deal? Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders injured his oblique throwing the football on Wednesday morning and is not likely to play this Saturday in the second preseason game for the Cleveland Browns.
I don't think it's that big of a deal because it's a preseason game and they haven't really named a starting quarterback yet. Like, they didn't say Shedeur is our starting quarterback, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
All right.
Look, normally it would not be a big deal for the guy that's listed 4th on the depth chart in your quarterback battle. But the guy that looked very, very good and probably was gaining momentum towards at least being the second string guy who would eventually play some games this year. Like, there's not going to be one starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in 2025. So it is a big setback. But what's crazy is of all the quarterbacks and the young guns, the only quarterback that has stayed healthy for the Cleveland Browns is the old man, Mr. Joe Flacco.
The guy that is
a big
our
deal.
draft class.
The Iron Man. The only one that stayed healthy and hasn't missed time, hasn't been missed practice, and will not have missed the game because of injury.
This is a big deal. We talked about it on Monday when you and I were discussing his performance over the weekend. Like, yeah, is he going to be named a starting quarterback from week 1 of preseason? No, but he has an opportunity to make a move because Dylan Gabriel's down with an injury. Kenny Pickett's down with an injury.
He did make a move.
So it's a big deal for Shedeur. Now he's taking a step back again, and it's a big deal for Cleveland because you have 5 quarterbacks on your team. You got to cut that down and pick the best guys. Now you're just going to have to kind of decide who's available for that opening day roster. Like, that's a big deal for Cleveland as well because you can't evaluate any of these guys.
Yeah. I would say that based on, even if he doesn't play another game, Shedeur's guaranteed to make this team. As a 5th rounder, that's crazy to say. You know why? Because the noise that comes with not keeping him after playing well is going to be deafening. And I know that organizations say, like, oh, we don't care. We block that out. But, like, it's a big deal.
So, Flacco, Gabriel, Sanders, Pickett's the odd man out? Or do you keep 4?
Probably. 4 is absolutely unheard of.
I know.
I think
they did this to themselves when they drafted
Pickett,
2 quarterbacks.
I think Pickett's the odd man out.
Yeah,
now he might be
for him.
He might be their best option to be a 17-game starter if they wanted it, but to what end, I guess, is what they would do. So, I don't know. Earlier, I was thinking Flacco would be the odd man out, but he's the only one staying healthy right now and getting the most reps because nobody else is practicing. It'll be interesting to see, but I think we can all assume there's going to be at least 3 starting quarterbacks in the 2025
y'all better get that jersey ready. There's going to be new names added to it.
Not to say that Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders won't be the long-term option. I'm just saying for this specific year. Because Shedeur showed, I was impressed watching him play. Just the mechanics involved.
I agree.
The comfortability, the reads that he made. It was impressive. It was impressive to watch. Okay. All right. Big deal, no big deal. I'm going to look at Taylor right in his face right now while I say this one. The Dallas Cowboys. Contracts and a lot of negative, albeit press. It is press, and I think we've discovered that Jerry Jones is the modern-day P.T. Barnum as far as media, as far as marketing goes and getting eyeballs on his organization. He recently said that he loves the attention. He would rather, this is basically interpreting the words that he said, he would rather the attention on the Cowboys than make a smart business decision for the team. So, of course, they're famously having this argument, contract negotiations, with Micah Parsons, one of the best players, if not the best defensive player in the entire National Football League, which means the entire world. And they will not pay him. They are threatening. It seems like both sides have dug their feet in. They are anchored into their position. Jerry Jones and his side is saying that they had a deal verbally done in the spring, and he's welcome to take that. But it takes two sides. Mike Parsons and them, they disagree. They want a deal done. They want to renegotiate. Both sides are dug in. But the biggest travesty that continues to be part of the collective bargaining agreement is the franchise tag, and the Cowboys do hold more cards because they can just franchise him. And it's not just a bluff. They've done it with Dak Prescott, and they were about to do it for a second year with Dak Prescott, and a contract got signed like the morning of game one, which is insanity to me. So they're waiting, and they always pay more. Are they going to pay more this time? It seems like this is not a bluff. They will actually sit there and franchise tag him. Big deal? No big deal.
Unfortunately, it's no big deal because I'm not surprised. I mean, this is what Jerry does. Jerry has turned the Dallas Cowboys into a soap opera. He doesn't really care about what they do on the field. And then to your point, they could always just franchise tag him. So for a guy that doesn't care about on-field success and knows that he has the franchise tag in his back pocket, Jerry ain't moving. Like, Jerry's whole point is just idiotic because he talks about this agreement they had in the spring. So the reports are that him and Micah Parsons going to have this quote-unquote handshake agreement.
Without the agent, right?
Right. Him and Micah Parsons one-on-one talked about it. Micah was like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. I just kind of want to get back to it. He ran it back to his agent and was like, hey, here's the deal. And his agent goes, no. I can get you a lot more money. And now Jerry's like, well, why do we have to have the agent involved? I'm like, you're pissed off because his agent's involved?
Yeah,
everybody's
that's the point of an agent.
In every single agreement.
Every player has one.
it's a flawed way of thinking for a very flawed GM. I'm not surprised.
It's no big deal because it's the Cowboys. They haven't been relevant last 30 years. So, no.
I think it's a huge deal.
No big deal.
Because it highlights what the NFLPA should have negotiated out of the CBA a long time ago, which is the franchise tag.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. It's benefited like very few. There's some running backs that maybe not would have gotten the payday they got, but for the most part, yes.
When has it ever been a positive thing?
There was a couple years. I think it was Sproles that we franchised, and he made some incredible money for the running back because running backs you just never know what you're going to get. So any value I think you get at running back, but it's really the only position.
It's great for but nobody wants to sign a franchise tag. No. It's the ultimate negotiation tool, power move that the organization has over the player because they're like, oh, you don't want to sign it? You're under contract. Blah blah blah. I can just franchise you and lock you up, and then. Players like, well, I can't get injured because I'm on this 1 year deal. Yeah, sure, I'm making decent money or really good money for this 1 year. I got no security. I don't have any long term commitment because when in a world where the commitment is so one sided between the organization and the player, the player's got to play his contract. Well, okay, organization, you got him under a 5-year contract. You can't cut him. Give him the same breath. It's just. I think the franchise tag is awful, and
I think being able to cut somebody when you have a contract and owing them nothing is awful.
Well, I mean, because it's such a stupid argument.
Other sport, it's
such a stupid argument the Bengals are making with their defensive end, and the Cowboys are making. He's under contract. He's got to play it out. Like he's an employee right now. He has to play it. It's so one sided. Don't love it, and then the franchise tag makes it even worse.
All right, Alondra?
I don't have a take on this, but I do have a big
Okay, yeah, that's what I was calling too. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, look, I fell asleep with the Cowboys a long time ago. Like, it's very interesting in the fact that the franchise tag deal situation, but the Cowboys portion of it.
That was really the most part I was more interested in.
Okay.
Hopefully it brings it to light that it becomes more of a conversation that this needs to be negotiated out.
Sorry, I'm distracted. Landon just texted me. He said he's bringing Benny up to us. Do we know what he's talking about? Because there's a Benny, and he's saying
Bennie Brazell.
Okay, cool.
You
What?
called him out
Yeah,
yesterday.
let's go,
You called him out yesterday.
Let's go.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if he meant
I told Benny,
him.
I said open door policy.
There's our
Let's
big
go.
deal or no big deal.
Big deal
Yeah.
or no big deal. Bennie Brazell in the house.
Get that Ole Miss highlight ready.
We're gonna
Get
have
it ready.
We're gonna
Huge
have an Olympian in the house, a national champion. That's a big deal.
Okay, so
Huge deal.
my actual big deal or no big deal. I'm gonna give y'all two options, and y'all can let me. Is he here?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we just wrap this up?
Yeah, we do one. We can do
Okay.
one.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
I'm gonna give y'all two options. Do we want to talk the Athletics QB tier list, or do we want to talk the Milwaukee Brewers?
The Milwaukee Brewers.
Let's
not
go.
talking about
Let's go,
the
Brew Dogs.
athletic QB tier
So
list.
the Brewers are
Brewers.
on their second double-digit win streak of the season. So they had a 10-game win streak earlier this season, and they're on their 11th game that they won in a row. 30 games above 500, which is just, where did the Brewers even come from?
I know.
This is insane.
Milwaukee.
But so there's only 10 or 9 other teams that have done multiple double-digit win streaks in a season. So the 2025 Brewers, the 2019 Astros, the 2017 Dodgers, 15 Blue Jays, 13 Braves, the 2001 Cardinals, 1978 Pirates, 77 Royals, 69 Mets, and the 69 Astros.
Oof.
The Brewers on a heater. Big deal or no big deal?
That's a big deal. I
Huge
think there's a
deal.
lot of
Huge
people
deal.
that
Huge
would
deal.
not know that the Brewers are on that kind of a run. The Brewers have a lot of
Soon
great
as they
young
said-
star
Yeah,
players.
Christian Yelich.
Yeah, I mean he's like the veteran now.
Yeah, he
Like,
is,
He's
which
like
is
the savvy
crazy.
vet.
Yeah.
I know, but they've got some great prospects that have all kind of turned out
Yeah.
and hit at the same time.
Rookie Caleb Durbin's doing great for them. Yeah.
all of their prospects.
Yeah.
right
I don't know if you've heard Hunt Palmer's take on this.
Oh, yeah.
have
He thinks
not.
they're cheating.
Hunt Palmer says the Milwaukee Brewers are cheating because they don't have any good players, so how are they winning? So Hunt actually thinks the Brewers are
They have
cheating
a great farm
because they're
system,
winning
and they've
games.
evaluated those players, and those players are all up at the big league level now, playing really well at the same time.
And they're an hour and a half away from the Cubs.
Pat Murphy. It's their
I mean-
manager. But they're cheating because they're better than the Cubs.
Gotta be. They just have to be. I just know it deep
Sorry,
down.
Hoop. Sorry.
As soon as you said the Braves, I knew Jake was going big deal.
13 Braves, 2013 Braves. Let's go. All right. We got to take a break now because we've got, like I said, an Olympian, Bennie Brazell. He heard the call. He saw the bat signal, and now he's going to be in studio with us when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. Heating up. The old Gulf of America, heating up. But don't worry, because there's activity already. I know that, but we all know it's not going to be the only time. And right now, they have over 80 generators ready to go. They are in stock, ready for you to make that call. They're going to come out, tell you exactly where they're going to put that slab, put that generator. We're talking about quick turnaround time, so you are ready for storm season. It is not too late. If you think it is, that is not the case. Over 80 right now in stock, ready to go. Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com to get everything squared away now.
Yeah, it is not too late. Boudreaux's Electrical, they are locked, they are stocked, and they are ready to rock. So give them a call today. They can have it installed for you for this hurricane season. So either give them a call or go to their website and just talk about the options. That's BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Always there when you call. Always on time. Gave you my
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
always on time. Gave you my baby. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always.
All right, welcome back in OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. We got a very special guest in studio with us now, our former teammate over at LSU, now still at LSU, coaching the track team. Our guy, Bennie Brazell. Benny B, what's up, brother?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
I'm just glad. Look, I was like, hey, we got to get you on the show. You said 9:15. You were here at 9:10. I mean, a man of his word.
Punctual.
Hey, you know, we've been blessed with that situation. You said you're gonna do something, you gotta honor it. You know what I mean? We come from that culture. Before we start this though,
Uh-oh.
I have to give Matt Flynn his flowers.
Oh, great.
I haven't seen Matt in a while, and I feel like the things he did in college. We're gonna go back, Matt. I remember the SEC championship when Jamarcus got hurt, right? That 2005?
2005, that's right.
Right? He gets hurt. You got to come in. I remember your first pass and what happened on that out route, right?
We got pick 6.
Yes, sir. But you came back through all that adversity. You know what I mean? That bowl game, Miami, you showed out.
Yeah.
You came back and you showed us something. You led us to that win. I think you flowers on that. But it's more to the story. You come back the next year, right? Jamarcus is back starting. You could have left, could have transferred. No, they had a portal back then. But you dealt with that adversity. You sat there, you sat back, and just went through it, right? And that next year you had your time. You delivered us a national championship.
That's right.
So I want to always give your flowers for that.
Man, I appreciate you, Benny.
I always put you in the list with quarterbacks we had come through LSU. We had a lot of talented guys, probably more talented than you, but you want us to ship, and that's what matters.
That's
so
right.
I feel like when you and your family go out to eat around Baton Rouge, Matt Flynn shouldn't have to pay. He's a champion. He bought us a championship.
You hear that, people?
And that's the culture. Championships when it comes to LSU.
That's right. I appreciate you, Benny.
No problem.
Hey, can I get a free meal, Benny?
Yeah, of course, you go hang with them. Everybody eats. Everybody eats. But I had to give you flowers on that.
I
That was
appreciate you,
huge,
buddy.
man. You did that.
Man, I got to tell you, that 05 year was so fun. And
It was
I
a lot
know.
of fun.
So you and I played a lot, like at the end of the games and things like that. It was just so fun. Man, Tracy Smith was there calling plays. LaSalle, hilarious dude. Man, we had a lot of fun, man, and you were a special part of that. A lot of Bennie Brazell stories.
Yeah, you know, the only Benny story that we tell it's a little negative, but not because of what Benny did, because of Coach Saban. The day we had to run more 110s because Benny, who was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing, he was making his times. There's a time Benny was coming in under the time, but because Benny wasn't winning every race and he was an Olympian, Coach Saban thought we needed to start the whole 110 test over.
I apologize for that, though, to this day. That's me. I'm wrong. I apologize for making you guys go through that. But it wasn't just Coach Saban. The other half of that was Coach Moffitt.
Oh, yeah.
It was him.
Yeah, but again, like you were doing everything that you were supposed to do. You just weren't winning every race. And like, you're going to the Olympics and you're not winning every race. Start it over.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
That was 04?
I mean, you had
So
to,
when
like,
was the
summertime.
Olympics?
That was 04 was Olympics.
it was 04.
Okay.
So it had to be that next year after that.
Yeah, so it was
Summertime.
I guess 05,
Yeah,
like whatever.
Summertime, run 10s.
Yeah.
I remember that. We were like,
04,
we were
05,
like,
whatever it
we were
was.
like, what, about 31?
I think it was 31 or 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
Can you
when were
imagine
you out for the Olympics? Like you were out that
So,
whole summer training?
Just the summer training. You know what I'm saying? That I
think
came
you
back.
came back at the very end.
I came back at
Yeah,
the very
that's
end.
what I thought,
And that's
yeah.
when it was really,
That's
really
when
strong.
I think that's when it was.
I remember.
Came right back.
I remember puking in mid stride, like just like
was
over my
tough.
shoulder.
That was tough. You know, I don't even think they run 110s no more.
They don't.
It's changed.
They don't.
It's changed.
Yeah, I mean, even like the guys that were here, like Kirby Smart was here
Yeah.
in 04. And I remember asking Kirby last spring, I'm like, what's the conditioning test now? He's like, oh, Hess, we don't do the 110 stuff anymore. He's like, we're not knuckleheads like we used to be. He's like, we got the GPS, and we know if a guy's not working hard, we can tell, and we make him run after that. He's like, no, 110s are a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Coach Saban didn't run them at the end either.
No,
that shocks me.
Had to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard, but I'm with you. You needed that. Build character.
Do you remember our the fourth quarter program?
Ooh.
Like
I had
having the trash cans like every 5 yards.
I had to come out to track practice. Think about how that's changed.
I
had to come right.
practice.
We did it. We did fourth quarter in the evening.
Yeah,
It was
like
afternoon.
3:30.
Yeah, it wasn't at
so
6:45. It was in the evening time back then. So I had to come straight from track practice to fourth quarter program.
Had run curves.
And then we go in these, we're doing all these stations, and then you get the Coach Nader's station. I couldn't take that serious.
Coach Nader. I forgot about Coach Nader. Did run a station. Was it ladders or something?
Yeah.
But yes, good thing. Good times. Good times.
Taylor, do you have the video
I was about to
pulled
say,
up?
speaking of good times, Benny, I want you to look at now. Listen. Don't pay attention to how grainy this is. Okay?
Can you believe
because
the video is that grainy?
We
when we
played. We played a long time ago. All right.
Ole Miss.
So look, we got a Bennie Brazell, we got a Matt Flynn, we got myself in here. We're all in the game at the same
Sharon
time.
Carey, Xavier Carter down
Shout out
there.
to little Shy out there, dotting the I. Let's
Orleans in the house.
see how this play turns out for the LSU Tigers against the Ole Miss Rebels. My God, that's grainy. Oh, what a release by that fullback.
Choo. Boom.
Benny B.
Benny B. Let's go.
55-yard
145
touchdown.
go.
Maybe the only time that Benny didn't get a celebration penalty was on this touchdown right here because he was good for 2 or 3.
My bad. Come on. Hey, I've never been there before. I've never been there.
But like the most
How many of those though that year in 05 did Benny catch? Like at least
a lot.
6 of those kind of passes that were like 50-plus yards, it felt like.
Good times. Good
The
times.
Florida game in 05.
Good times.
Day game.
Yes.
Tiger Stadium. I think J. Russ hit you maybe on
He
the same
did.
play.
Yep, same thing. In Arkansas. It was a couple of them. Good times, fellas. Wow.
I know,
Good
man.
memories.
I know.
How's that make
So
you
good.
feel how grainy that was, though?
It's a little, it makes me look my age a little bit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was a touchdown. And like they said, you won a championship, man. I don't care. You won us a ship. You went
Can't
from
take
that
those
to win a
close
championship.
back.
They can't take that from us.
I think it's got to be a bad download, right? That was a bad upload to YouTube.
You went to LimeWire to get that.
We were talking about it yesterday. Like, this was 05. This looks like a 1970.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got to have a better one than that.
Crazy. And that was Coach Miles' first year, right?
Yeah,
That was Coach Miles'
2005.
first year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was,
tough. That was
such a good team.
It was a great team, tough year. Obviously, with Hurricane Katrina, we were
Yes.
supposed to start the season playing against, I believe, North Texas. That
Yep.
game gets canceled. We're
Arizona.
supposed to play Arizona State across the street.
Yep.
That doesn't happen. We have to fly out to Arizona.
I remember that.
Tempe. They were a good team. They were a ranked team.
They was.
We got kind of lucky though.
Yeah,
we blocked a kick for a touchdown.
Yep.
Blocked a punt for a touchdown.
Yep.
Then Jamarcus hits early on a play that if it gets reviewed, I
End of
don't
the
know.
game. Yeah. But it worked out.
It did.
It worked out. Great team.
If that season was a normal season, I think LSU competes for a national
I
championship.
totally agree. But the next year, no excuse.
06?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that was one of the greatest
So
teams we
good.
ever had on paper, offense and defense.
4 first-round picks.
Totally
on that
agree.
team.
So that team there,
Yeah.
no way, that should have won a ship.
Losses to Auburn
Florida.
on the road and Florida on the
I
road.
think so. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Those
We
two
lost to
games.
Auburn, what was it, like 9-6 or some low-scoring game.
Yeah, but as far as talent-wise, both sides of the ball was amazing.
I'm
that
with
year.
you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Now that
totally.
season ended, it ended well, beating Notre Dame.
At the Sugar Bowl, but that
But
was
that team should have done more.
totally agree.
That was a window of now in 04. I don't know if y'all agree. We were okay. We were
was
9-3
okay.
football
Okay,
team.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some talent. We had some. We had C Webb and Spears
We
and those
obviously
guys.
lost a ton.
But we lost a ton because y'all
Totally
won a
agree.
national championship.
Mhm.
But 05, 06, there should have been at least one championship in those two.
I
teams.
totally agree.
Yeah, when both those teams were clicking, playing its best football, game plan, everybody healthy, like there was no team better, certainly. Like there's no team in 06 beating the team that showed up at the Sugar Bowl.
Totally agree.
Nobody even close.
Totally agree.
I know.
What did you think the problem was in 06 with you guys? Because we had left. So what was different? Those 2 losses?
I mean, just 2 close road losses.
Mm.
Okay, I'll tell you what. At Florida, we're at the Swamp. We score first. We hit like a 246 UConn.
Okay.
We score first. Boom. And we're going in for our second score.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were on fullback belly. I think we're at the 10. I think I get it down to the 1. I still think I scored whatever. They call it down the 1. First and goal from the 1. We're good.
Okay.
J. Russ fumbled the next snap.
Mm.
Fumbled it. Florida got it. They scored.
Gotcha.
And now we're talking about we would have gone up, I think, a couple scores.
Makes
and now
sense.
it's like tied game.
Crazy.
And then that was Tebow's first ever jump pass.
Gotcha.
Tebow mania.
Yeah, and won.
That was a tough game, man. We
Crazy.
could not do. The defense tried. It was one of those games the defense tried to keep us in it for as long as they could.
Yep.
But we
Offense
weren't
kept
helping
putting
them
bad
out.
I totally
Kept
agree.
putting them in bad situations. We had a special teams play. I think I miscue. I don't remember who it was. It might have been somebody muffed a punt, I
Yep.
think.
Something
But,
like that.
Yeah, those 2 road games at Auburn and at Florida. Now, if we're talking today's college football with that resume, we're in the playoff.
You're in the
every time.
playoff. Yep.
Absolutely.
So I think in our times, I think it was just different. And I think we had a standard. When I say that, in our time, it was either BCS or bus. Y'all remember that. BCS or bus.
Yeah.
That's the standard.
Yeah.
You know, if we didn't go to the BCS, I mean, Texas Bowl, no disrespect to those bowl games.
Yeah.
Little Caesars Bowl, no disrespect to them, but that wasn't our standard. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I think when it comes to LSU football and some sports, the standards is championships or bust. period.
Yeah, but I think it should be that. Like, I
course.
think, like, if you ask Jay Johnson what the standard is,
Championships.
he's not going to tell you anything like
No.
record. He's going to say Omaha. That's what he's going to say. He's
Totally
going to say
agree.
Omaha.
Totally
I
agree.
mean, same thing. You ask Kim Mulkey, like, hey, what's the standard? She's going to tell you Final Fours.
Track the same way.
Track and field. Like, you've got a standard that y'all are going to try to live
Yes,
up
sir.
to. Like, now that it's a 12-team playoff for LSU, because you're right. Like, it was a BCS game when we were in school. There was only so many of those. Now that it's a 12-team playoff, it's playoff or bust. It should
Totally
be.
agree.
And if it's
Totally
not
agree.
that way, then you don't need to be here. Like in any sport. I'm talking any sport.
That's why I love this guy.
Any sport.
That's
And
the
I
standard.
think that's the expectation. Certainly the expectation this year.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
And you said it's in track. Tell us about your coaching track.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us about what you're doing, your role right now, and your day to day.
No, good question. So we kind of like in off season at this point right now. You got people getting ready for world championships coming up.
Okay.
So preparing for their different countries, USA, anybody else that's on our team. So they're preparing for that situation. But when it comes to the collegiate wise, we're getting ready to start practice. I want to say we always go the day after Labor Day.
Yep.
We get the fall training going on everybody, and we getting this ball rolling. So for the most part, we just ended up with recruiting and everything at this point, and we're just ready to get the season started.
Could you coach Matt Flynn to run the 300-meter hurdles?
No, sir. I cannot do that.
Can't work miracles.
I wouldn't want to see that. Like I said, Matt's already a made man. You know what I mean? He bought LSU a championship. So I feel like when you bring LSU a championship, you're in a different category.
Was the hurdle something you did like all growing up as well, or is that something like you kind of found later on as you got to LSU?
Good question. In high school, in middle school, I was just running regular, and
Right,
one day
that's what I
I was
figured.
just trying. One day I was like, let me try this. Like,
Yeah.
I was just trying it one day, and I was running the sprint hurdles, and I had the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It just came natural.
Yeah.
So then I just started doing it. You know what I mean? And I get around 7th grade, I started. 8th grade, I was okay.
Yeah.
9th grade, I kind of started coming a little bit, but our sophomore year
Yeah.
in high school, that's when it all came
when it
together.
was.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe you say you can't coach me doing what, but I guess my high school coach did tell us that like you can't win the Kentucky Derby with a jackass, and I guess that's the statement, right? Like I guess I'm the jackass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said it, not me. You mentioned like I don't even know if we were on air when you said this, but like used to go like track practice, football practice. We always tell stories about the guys that played baseball. Chad Jones, or Jared Mitchell, Chris Jackson.
Yes.
Who was a part of the team with us. Like they would change on their way to the box to go play baseball. So you've done it in the track world as well.
Yep.
So Jelani Watkins is trying to do that. Like right now, like
Yes,
what are the challenges? Because I'm sure like a different mindset. Obviously, like he is so good on the track, he's so good on the gridiron. What is it like trying to make sure that you're in the right mindset depending on what sport you're at?
I think that's a good question as well too, Hester. I think for the most part when it comes to it with us as being like athletes, because we love both, right? We love football and we love track. So the crazy part about it is when you win football season, you win football season. You're not really thinking about track. And when you're in track season, you're thinking definitely about track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for the most part, it all comes together because sometimes when you're at track practice, you got to be able to go back for spring balls, spring meetings, and all that kind of aspect of it. So you just got to keep your mental right. I mean, just stay positive the best way you can because we already know you're going to go through some adversity.
Yeah.
I think in our time, what made it different, we were red-shirted, right? So in our time, it was okay to be red-shirted, right?
Yeah.
These days
I mean,
now,
I wouldn't know, but you two would.
yeah, we would know. You got it, Hester. You got it. You played as a true freshman. Congratulations. But for the most part, it's okay to be red-shirted.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I
For
think
sure.
these days and age, when guys get red-shirted, they go in a tank or this here. And I know it's hard. Social media, just imagine if we were all roommates in college, us three.
Yeah.
Hester's playing. We're not playing. We're red-shirted. And then the social media stuff is going on.
Yeah.
We're going to feel some type of way. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you got to be able to block that out the best you can. Like Coach Saban always said, block out the rat poison.
Yep.
I like it.
He did.
I got a question on how you handle your track athletes because like it's such a different sport than anything else because they do have like the Olympics they'll go run, the Worlds they'll go run, and different meets outside of just LSU. So like when you're coaching somebody, are you kind of like end up being their personal coach? Do you travel with them and coach them up for these different events?
Yeah, it just depends on what the track meet is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like I feel like Elysian Lakes is under 20s.
Yeah.
But usually like World Championships and Olympics for the most part, Coach Shaver will be there. But if it's part of our sprint athlete, I'll be there as well with him as well too. That's anybody on our staff. You know what I mean? So how it comes to that aspect. But it just depends on it. But the number one thing is the NCAA championship.
Sure.
For Coach Bennie. All
Yeah.
right, that's number one. Then the Olympics and everything else.
Right.
But the main thing is the main thing.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, you focus on winning that national championship first
Yeah.
and go to everything else.
Yeah, and I would assume the more like, but I would assume those outside meets kind of help with recruiting, athlete retention,
Big time,
things like that.
big
yeah.
time. They see it that way, but I feel like that helps out. But y'all know the number one thing has changed now. It's all about NIL. So I think that's kind of important as well too. So I feel like the resume really doesn't matter no more. If what you've done, it's about what can you do for me now.
Give me your favorite play you were involved in LSU football.
LSU football favorite play.
Your favorite one.
My favorite one.
Because mine, I'm not even like it's 05 versus Florida. Like I said, Urban Meyer, I believe his first year there. I want to say they came in maybe even as a favorite. in that game. It was a CBS day game. It was hotter than hot, obviously, and Benny kind of closed the door on that game.
Yeah, I would say that. That was my first touchdown. So
Was
I
it
think
really?
That was huge.
Okay.
That was really huge for the game. I thought that was huge.
Did you get a
So,
15-yard penalty on that?
I did. I got in trouble. I got cussed out on Monday. Coach Miles got me. You remember that meeting?
Benny,
Yeah, Benny.
scoring a
Next time
touchdown,
I
and you
I
get us
see you do this
15
again.
yards.
Next time I see you again on the sideline, you're gonna be on the sideline with me. Next time you do that, act like you've been there. Then I was like, I haven't. Then Jimbo said, well, he's right. You haven't been there before.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, your celebration. Yours was like the most genuinely like positive,
Excited
like
celebration.
celebrating.
It wasn't look
like,
at me.
wasn't
No.
disrespectful. It was just like I'm excited. Let me celebrate. Let me
Together.
cook.
We gotta celebrate together.
Don't worry, listeners. We'll find that clip at some point. We'll play that Florida touchdown. Benny, man, you're the man. This has been a lot of fun.
No problem.
Like I said, and I mean this, like open door policy whenever you want to come in. If track has something going on, football, like it doesn't matter. If you just want to come hang out, you got an open door policy.
I appreciate that, but let's not forget the standard of LSU is championships.
That's right.
We had some of the greatest individual athletes come through LSU before. One of the best ones ever. I mean, hey, Shaq, right? Shaq was
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Shout out to Uncle Mallet, Sharif, my little nephew.
Yep.
Shaq was one of the greatest to come through LSU, but he didn't win.
Right.
I still love him though.
Yeah.
It's about championships.
It is.
Look at this, y'all.
Oh, let's go
there
back.
you go.
We got the clip. Let's go back.
oh.
Oh, it's so funny that guy. Oh, wait, this is grainy too.
Let's get a bad upload.
My gosh, this is not good. Look, I see you face Jones with the block. Bennie Brazell down the sideline, 15 yards. That got him 15 yards. That right there got Benny 15
Oh,
yards.
that's so good. That's nothing.
nothing.
That was not
I was
15 yards
nothing.
something.
I didn't think for myself. I got
That
for the
was
team.
nothing.
Well,
That
coach,
was
he's right.
nothing.
He hadn't been there before.
I haven't been there.
One of the many big plays that Benny had. Benny, we
Thank you.
appreciate it,
I
brother.
love you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Chef Michael Johnson with your Munchies questions right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to gcopnet.com. That is a website for Gulf Coast office products. They are the leader in Louisiana. So if you have a law firm, if you work at a university, bank, finance, medical services, hospitals, we are talking to you in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, in Mandeville, in Lafayette, right? So we talk about it all the time. The interactive whiteboard, we cannot wait to watch some plays on, start drawing up some X's and O's. I mean, so many different places I've seen this. I've seen it in my son's classrooms. Like you can see it here. Like there's so many different things that you can use it for. One of the great products they offer over at gcopnet.com.
Yeah, Gulf Coast Office Products is Louisiana's leader in copy and printers. So give them a call today. That is the lifeline of any office, any functional. Like you have to be able to print, copy, scan, whatever it is. Proud partners of LSU, New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, you name it. Give them a call or go see them today, gcopnet.com.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
My days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you.
All right, welcome back in OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. We apologize getting to Munchies a little bit late here, but Chef, we appreciate your time as always. Our guy Bennie Brazell came in studio, surprised us. It was awesome. I know you probably see Benny all the time there.
Yeah.
Probably in the cafeteria, certainly serving food and nutrition center. So we had Benny on, our guy. So we apologize for the tardiness, but Benny, I mean, he lights up a room. We had to have Benny on for like 20 minutes.
Benny's one of my favorites for sure, man. I love Benny to death. I'll take a backseat to Benny any day of the week, man.
All right, Chef, like, how's it going? How's everything, like camp? We know, man, this is a time where it's just like every single time you turn around, you probably feel like you're trying to feed an athlete.
Yeah, yesterday I asked somebody what day of the week it was twice and what time it was twice because I've been losing track of days and at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, I wasn't sure if it was 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. So yeah, it happens.
Hashtag Munchies. Hunting season is 3 weeks away. What's your favorite wild game to cook, eat?
Oh, that's a good question, man. And honestly, I have, I thought about hunting a deer for the first time like 2 days ago, and I don't know. It's probably going to be deer. I mean, I've never hunted an elk before, but I think it could be something larger than a deer. But it's always going to be something that's in the moment fresh. Like I like to peel the back straps out of a deer and cook them. I'd like I like eating rabbit. Like I just kind of enjoy the hunt and the kill and reaping the rewards of it. So I don't know that I have a favorite species, although there is something really special about shooting a wild boar and eating it. Like that. Not everybody eats wild boar, but I do, and I take a particular fondness for it because not only are you killing a creature and like putting it on the plate, but you're also helping the environment in doing so.
Yeah, a good little backstrap off a wild boar is incredible.
Oh yeah,
and and then just to add to that, my favorite would be a mallard duck breast, like a fresh mallard duck breast. Ooh,
yeah,
so good.
Yeah,
very good. Chef, hashtag Munchies here. Putting together my wedding registry. What do you recommend for kitchen utensils, wood and metal, for different things?
Yeah. Man, like I think every kitchen has to have a sort of a set of really good wooden, like spoon sets and ladles and such. And, I just yesterday I was looking at an olive wood set because it's pretty. The wood is really dense. Olive wood is super tolerant of abuse in the kitchen. There's some other woods, but they're a little bit more precious. And they're good woods to use, but they're kind of controversial as to whether we should be using them or not. And I like bamboo in the kitchen, honestly. So I think one of those two. I think a wine opener is important. Like a proper wine opener. Because if you're when I'm cooking at home, I kind of get passionate about what I'm doing and sharing that moment with my loved ones. So I think that's important. My knives are like an extension of my hands, man, and having the right tool for the right job is important. So a good set of knives is always important. I'm a Wusthof guy. I carry Wusthof. There's other more affordable knives out there, but I have a knife for every task. I probably have 100 knives somewhere, shape, or form over between the kitchen and the house of like different like cheese knives and different tasks and such. I don't know why, but I have a real fondness for a particular type of colander. That in particular, like a sturdy stainless steel. And I found one just the other day, and you guys are going to be like, "What the hell's wrong with Chef?" But it's a very steep sloped sided colander that I think lets the water and the materials flow out easier versus a broader based one that isn't going to sit inside the kitchen sink. And so I just have an appreciation for well thought out things that are quality that do their job well.
Is there something in like a kitchen tool or utensil that is like a frequent gift that people give to somebody, and like when you go to someone's house, they pull it out and you just kind of cringe, you're like, ugh, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, like a garlic press. It's one of those things I kind of like. It's mince your garlic. It doesn't take 3 seconds. But I do like a lemon reamer, which is kind of weird, because it kind of I don't know. Well, I'm actually not going to go down that road. I hear the voice of T-Bob in my ear, going down this path of what a reamer is, and so I'm just going to halt now. Yeah.
Oh, good idea. Hashtag Munchies. Any good, healthy meal ideas that I can cook at a beach house for 11 people that's not too time consuming?
I love putting together a fresh salsa or ceviche and letting it sit, because it can. And I like to take, if you have the fish available to you, I think I was just in Grand Isle not too long ago when we caught fresh snapper and put it in the bowl, and the acidity helps. It actually proves itself better to sit it on the table and let it sit because it cooks better that way rather than refrigerated. And you can just throw it together and pull some chips, and people enjoy it for what it is. And if you make a big batch of it, I don't know. I love ceviche and I love salsa. And, you can turn a salsa into a fruity salsa with pineapples and mangoes and such. And, I think the kids will eat it that way rather than it just being spicy. But if I'm at the beach, it is almost certain I'm going to have one of those two things.
Chef, there's some like health safety controversy on nonstick pans. Do you use like traditional store-bought nonstick pans, or do you kind of just season up a cast iron? Or how do you work with a nonstick?
I do not use nonstick, specifically Teflon coated. So the controversy behind Teflon is that it doesn't have a half-life. It is a forever chemical. And if you ingest that, if it starts flaking and gets into your food, it can it will stay in your body for your life. And there is proven, like, there is a particular chemical company out there that produced this material that has been sued time and time again for like the past 30 years and lost, and that are still paying out because where they started producing Teflon was soaking into the ground and started making the township sick and the cattle sick. And so it's not a matter of whether it is an absolute. And so, the idea is if it's intact in the pan, it's non-stick, but if it's not and it's flecking away, it is a carcinogen. And we just don't mess with it. I prefer to get a pan. I like stainless and I like copper and I like cast iron. Outside of those three, like if you hear somebody say there's this new science behind non-stick, food has been around for a long time. Metallurgy's been around for a long time. I trust what I understand and I know.
So when you're making like a fried egg on a stainless or a copper, you just have to use plenty of oil. Is that how we?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Proper heat, the proper amount of heat and the proper amount of oil. And like if you, I think that those nonstick pans are meant for absorbing lesser talented cooks in the kitchen.
Dummy proof.
Yeah, exactly. And so I prefer to, I'm a man of education. I like to teach people versus, kind of simplify it or dumb myself down to the least common denominator. I would prefer grow people. And so I'm going to teach you how to cook in the right pan.
There he is, Chef Michael Johnson. Good enough to join us every single Thursday to answer your Munchie questions. LSU Executive Chef. We always appreciate the time, sir. Look forward to our next conversation. It's almost over, Chef. Camp's almost over.
Likewise.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to be here in season, and we can get back to a normal schedule, so we always appreciate it.
Awesome. If you guys make it over here, man, say hi.
Absolutely. Will do. You
Take
cooking?
care, guys.
What if we're hungry?
You cooking?
Yeah, that's an invite.
Okay, all right. All right, I'll tell Miss Delphine at the front. All right, let's take a break. But before we do, I want to remind you about our friends over at Central Plumbing. Go to the website, centralplumbing.org. Remember, it's not only in emergencies. If you're looking to remodel, they can come in. They can do that at your home, at your business. It's not only in Central. It's in the greater Baton Rouge area. So give them a call today to set everything up. Or if you have that emergency 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday, game day, 225-925-8552. We wrap it up today answering your questions. Ask the Bench to close out this Thursday OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com, Geaux, Tommies with a Y.com. You'll clearly see the difference when you go to the website. You can check out a full gallery of work. You can check out testimonials of past clients. Each different section, windows, doors, and siding. They each have their own tab, and you can go kind of see what they can do for you. They also, offer a couple of other different services. We always kind of talk about some of the gutter work they can do as well. So 225-250-8808 and always online at GoTommies.com.
Yeah, over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, all they do is win awards. You know why? Because they're the best. Whether you go back 2016, 17, 18, all the way to 2025, they have been the best windows, doors, and siding. Go see their gallery of work. Go see their customer testimonials. Lifetime warranty on all of their windows that they install. That means they're good for life. Go see them. GoTommies.com.
What? From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Ready for action, nip it in the bud. We never relaxing. Outcast is everlasting. Not clashing, not at all. But see, my went to do a little acting. Now that's for anyone asking. Give me one to pass them. Drip, drip, drop. There goes an orgasm. Now you coming out the side of your face. We tapping right.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Matt, you going to the coaches meeting tonight?
The what?
Coaches meeting over at Elite Training Academy, EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com. Elite All-Star Tackle Football. Sign-ups until August the 22nd. We're talking flag football, though. You going to the coaches meeting tonight? It's mandatory.
What are you talking about that? Tackle football? No, I can't.
It's literally mandatory.
Who said?
Me.
I don't even know. I'm a coach. I didn't even know there was a meeting.
Are you not the head coach on the paper?
I am.
Oh, you should definitely know there is a meeting.
Yikes.
How? How am I supposed to know that?
Everybody else knows. I'll see you there.
Great comment earlier. We were talking about redshirting with Benny.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, Jacob, you redshirted in high school. That's just called being held back.
And you know what? That's not truth. I got redshirted in 5th grade. Turns out they don't know what they're talking about. Joke's on you. Was I 19 when I got here? Maybe. Did I redshirt? Did not.
Told you in 7th grade, I'm sitting there halfway through the school year. Guy walks in from Shreveport Evangel, transferred to our middle school. Had a mustache.
You're driving.
Became really good friends with him, too.
Ask the bench. Can we get an intern handheld dry erase board?
Interim. Just have an intern hold it?
No, I thought that's what he said at first. The way I said it, because it kind of skipped past me. That's actually funnier. If we just have an intern that holds the whiteboard. No,
that actually
an interim held.
Yep.
Dry erase board as I go back down. I actually like the intern idea better.
Yeah.
Hey, could you bring that in, please? Thank you.
That would be hilarious.
But the core things, we are a radio show still. We are on YouTube, obviously.
Smash the like.
Smash it.
Subscribe.
Down below.
Down below. Woo.
Off the bench.
It's a good dismount there.
Perfect. Landed.
Stuck it.
Tailgating season's here. You know what makes a perfect tailgate?
I do.
What?
Dos Equis.
How many? Well,
All of them?
whoa. Actually,
All of them?
go for Dos. I don't want to ask him that question. Go for Dos. You imagine, you're here, you're getting excited for the home opener against Louisiana Tech, and you're watching some ball games before then. Got your feet up, you got the TV going, the tent right above you. You open up the ice chest and you see a couple of ice cold Dos Equis, and it is always a great time. But the perfect time is tailgating season.
They got that cold Mexican lager. They have the Amber Especial. They got some special ones too. They got like the Chelada, lime, and salt. It's all delicious. It's all the best. So if you're going to enjoy a couple of beers this weekend, make sure it's a Dos Equis. Drink responsibly.